Welcome to Tourism Talk. I'm your host, Mary Hammond, Director of the Paducah Convention and Visitors Bureau. Thank you for joining us today. I have three guests, all from Paducah Summer Festival Board: John Pace, the chair; Teresa Jeffrey, no S, Teresa Jeffrey, she's the co-chair; and Tiffany Simmons, who's the vendor chair. Thank you for being with me today. And
our pleasure.
And I'm still not convinced it's the 42nd Summer Festival.
Well,
the years have gone by much too quickly.
They have, and this is my fourth year to be involved, and it seems like just yesterday it was my first year. And Teresa, you've been on the committee and involved with the Summer Festival much longer than I have.
This is my seventh year to be involved with the festival.
Well, and Tiffany?
This is only my first.
Oh, well, we'll just break you in easy. This is going to be a good one. Now that John has been around 4 years and has really got this under control, I really feel like it's been very organized. I think that the lineup is good. I'm really excited today. I took a little bit of time to go online and start looking at some of the events, and not just the entertainment, but some of the other events, and reading a little about it. And I think it's really good. It's going to be a good 4 days.
Once again, we brought a very diverse entertainment lineup to the festival concert series on the riverfront. We'll get started on Wednesday night with the Lone Oak Jazz Band, Caleb Travers, and the headliner for Wednesday night, the Lost Almanac, which is a real fun rock and roll group that will have the folks in the crowd jumping and dancing. Thursday night, we'll have an opening act, and then we'll go straight to our headliner, the Satisfaction, which is a Rolling Stone experience. So
everybody loves the Rolling Stones.
It's hard to. Everyone seems like has at least one Rolling Stone song that they like, and this group will be on stage for roughly 2 hours, and they'll be going through a long list of the Rolling Stones songs, all the favorites, and they will definitely have you jumping in the aisle like Jumpin' Jack Flash.
Singing along, I'm sure.
Singing along.
Okay.
Friday night we'll have an opening act. It'll be a very Andrea LaRoche. She'll be on the stage by herself with an acoustic guitar, and she's very talented, a beautiful voice. That'll be followed by Crossin' Dixon, an up-and-coming country music band, who has a couple videos on CMT, and I believe has just released their most recent album. And the entertainment series, the concert series, will conclude on Saturday night with the Cruisers and the fabulous fireworks over the Ohio River. And Saturday night we'll get kicked off with Echo Gray.
Well, that's great. That's a quick overcap of the entertainment. I think we'll go ahead and work our way through the days.
Sure.
And because everybody, first thing, of course, they always want to know is entertainment. So I'm glad we got that one down. But we'll ad lib on the entertainment also as we go along.
Sure, and I think you're right. Everyone does want to know about the entertainment. I know that the CVB receives just multiple phone calls. We as a committee members get multiple phone calls, emails, running into friends or citizens on the street. Everybody wants to know who you got, who's playing. So we're very excited to put together a talented group of entertainers for this year's concerts, as well as a very diverse lineup. That's one thing we try to pride ourselves on, is to diversify the musical genres that we bring to the festival, so that we try to, over the course of a year, 2, 3, 4 years, go out and get multiple genres that we're really and truly bringing music that everyone in the community can enjoy. A little something for everyone along the way.
It seems over the years that it may not be a group that you really know. As I think I heard earlier, someone said, "Gosh, the Cruisers are the only group I know," and the Lone Oak Jazz Band. But you know, it may not be that way in 2 or 3 years. These groups are just about to make it big, and as you go online, especially on the YouTubes and even Facebook, Andrea has got a Facebook page. I asked to be her friend today. So, but you go on there, and they've got huge followings, and the folks that follow these groups, they see where they're going to be. We hear from them as well, and often they'll come call the Visitors Bureau before you've even released, and they go, "Oh, we hear so-and-so's going to be there." So we really, whoever picks out the entertainment, and I'm not sure who did it this year.
The entertainment coordinator for 2008, as well as 2007, is Laurie Blunt. Laurie works at the Paducah Parks Department and couldn't be here with us today as the Parks has an event. Laurie really and truly she is a miracle worker in certain sense. I said last night that if she ever looked for a future a course of employment, that she should look into magic, because she's almost a magician with some of the bands that she brings in with what we work with. you did hit on a point there that I think we would want to highlight, and that is that the Summer Festival has a tradition of bringing up-and-coming acts and putting them on Tom Wilson's stage just before they have took off to stardom and making it famous. And so we certainly have brought a couple of bands and musicians who we think will continue that tradition. And of course, Teresa, who's been around a little longer than I, can certainly speak to the John Michael Montgomerys, the Rodney Atkins, and things of that nature, where the great Gail Robinson Butler, who once booked talent for the Summer Festival, did a great job, and it's always our goal each and every year to carry on that tradition. And
that's a big load to carry. And especially when you're juggling budgets, your sponsors, schedules, the entertainment, the talent itself. But Lori did it, and I'm proud of her.
She did a great job. It is a huge load to juggle, and it's just one of many. The committee is made up of roughly 13 to 14 volunteer members. We don't receive any pay or anything along those lines for what we do. It's strictly a volunteer giving of our own time, energies, and efforts. And we have to put forth those same energies and efforts on every item, if you will, the budget, fundraising, vendors, hospitality, and entertainment. And so it really is a combined effort of all the committee members as a whole working together to produce the event that we know as the Paducah Summer Festival.
Well said. Don't you think?
Very well. Very well put.
Yes.
And to even take it a step further, the festival has a huge impact, not just from an economic standpoint, but from a community standpoint. And I am a resident of McCracken County, Paducah, Kentucky. Teresa is a resident of Livingston County, and Tiffany is a resident of Marshall County. And so not only is it a collaboration of all the committee members, but to some extent it's a collaboration of the local communities and counties working together to put on an event that represents our area and our region top class.
Yes. And I have to say this because I know that all three of you, as well as the rest of the committee, although your own employers may not be listed as contributors, they very much are. Denton and Coiler, Triangle, the Bryant law firm, I know that they give, even if it's not a dollar amount, they are giving indirectly through you all throughout the year more than anybody knows.
Well, we would interject right here and we would say that our employers do very graciously and generously donate to the Paducah Summer Festival, along with many, many other businesses, community leaders, and civic groups in our community. And we certainly couldn't do it without those contributions and donations. And we're very thankful for each one that we get. But each one of our employers do donate to the festival, and they certainly donate a whole lot more than just that monetary value, as you mentioned, because they donate our time. And it is a job that could be a 24/7 gig. It really could be, and it is a testament to the hard work of the committee as a whole, as well as the support that's built around that committee, whether it be through the county or with the city, that helps in the long run put it all together, sees it all come together, and then everything go off hopefully without a hitch. And of course, Mother Nature has a big role to play in that as well.
Oh, that thunderstorm. That timing on that thing. What are the chances? You know, and
the chances are real good for rain all week next week, but no rain the week after that.
All right. Knock on wood.
Knock on wood.
If you want to follow along, you can easily go to your computer and pull up PaducahSummerFestival.com.
Yes.
.com. That gets tricky sometimes. There's a PDF. Print it out. You can keep up with us. If not, just keep that in mind, Paducah Summer Festival. And I know you've already got Paducah.travel bookmarked, so you can easily go there and check out the calendar of events. So let's work our way through. It is July 26th through the 23rd through the 26th, a Wednesday through a Saturday. I kind of like this shortened schedule. I think it's brings it together. It's more activity all at once, and I really like it. Well,
and we've received a lot of positive response and a lot of positive feedback and comments to our decision to shorten the festival. In its 42 years history, the festival has evolved in many different ways. There has been periods of longer festivals, if you will, and then periods of a kind of a shorter abridged festival. And from the standpoint of the committee, we looked at it and we thought, you know, there's something going on every weekend, some festival going on in our area every month. We just thought that it was the best thing to do to try to compact it a little bit and really get more out of it from a community standpoint and try to get an increased amount of involvement and really put it together and put it all right there so that it was boom, boom, boom. And there's nothing wrong with spreading it out, I don't think.
I think it's been plenty fun, but I think it is hard on everybody to work a full 10 days, actually. That is, it'll just flat wear you down.
From an energy standpoint, a staffing standpoint, we go back to being a volunteer committee. My first year on the committee, it was still the 10 days, and I loved the 10 days. It was lots of fun, but it was stressing on us and very tiring. So, but at the same rate, I think we put just about as much energy in the 4-day event as we did in the 10-day event when it's all said and done.
At one time, this was midsummer event, never dreaming that with the school year and the way things have evolved, this is actually the last big hurrah, the fireworks, and school starts a few days later. How funny our world is, but we do keep evolving, and Summer Festival will continue to evolve.
It will, and because it's 4 days now doesn't mean that 5, 10 years from now it might increase back to 10 days. It could. You never know. That's the brilliance of it, and once again a testament to the continuation, the popularity, the long-lasting effect of the festival is that it is its own entity, and it can evolve, increase, reduce, shorten, that type of thing over the course of 42 years now, and hopefully over the course of another 42 years.
There are events throughout the week. We'll start with Wednesday, but there are, Tiffany, this is where you kick right in. You've got your vendors in there, and they come and stay the entire time, don't they?
Yes, they'll be here all 4 days.
And are they set up down, not actually on the riverfront, but on the parking lot?
Yes, the parking lot right in front of the river, the wall. Right
in front of the
river.
murals. So you're really, they're probably just a portion of that parking lot, and they block it off so that don't interfere with the parking. I mean, it's just a few parking spaces in there, but, and you've got, they're not all food vendors?
No, not all food vendors. There's some, there's going to be jewelry.
We like the jewelry.
Yeah, lots of jewelry, handbags, t-shirts. There's actually going to be some inflatables for the kids.
Sure.
We have a gentleman that's coming down and bringing, he calls it a bungee jumper, where kids are attached to bungee cords and they're jumping on a trampoline where they can jump up and down and do flips. There's going to be Tupperware and Arbonne. There's just going to be a variety of different vendors down there. That the Marines are going to be down there with a booth set up if there's anyone that decides they want to be recruited. So
the Marines, got to have the Marines.
Yes,
that's tradition as well. Well, so if you come down early, you know that you can go to one of the restaurants in the windows and watch what's going on. You can stroll around in the vendors. Stake out your place on the riverfront. And that's the beauty of our riverfront as it is now, which is talking about something else that's still evolving, is to be able to sit on the grass or sit on the concrete steps and watch the music and watch the events. It's a lot of fun. Well, let's see. All right, let's just go ahead and start right in. Actually, as we're filming this, we won't even say any dates, but as we're filming this, the photo competition is probably in progress.
yes.
I think that
not on display, but in getting those photos in to be judged and that sort of a thing. And I was surprised when I've seen that exhibit actually hung, and I want to say that was in Tribeca.
Yes.
Yes.
I got that right. That the photos weren't just local; they weren't just from our surrounding counties, even that they were from everywhere.
They really are, and that is once again a testament to the popularity and the long-lasting effect of the festival in general. We not only get individuals from all across the country that enter the photo competition, but we really get and draw tourists from our region, the southeast, and across the country that kind of plan their year around the Paducah Summer Festival.
It's very nice, and we're very fortunate the internet opens the doors to all these folks that at one time, if you didn't advertise in all those little newspapers and to reach into the smaller communities, but now with the internet, you can be all the way around the world and still be reading about
And to
what's
follow
happening.
up on that, I was just doing some miscellaneous Google searches the other day, and I came across an article written by a young lady. I want to say her name was April Johnson, but I'm probably getting that wrong. And she had visited the festival, and I don't know if she's from Paducah or not from Paducah, but she wrote an amazing piece on the whole 4-day event, and I thought, wow, that's just amazing that someone would get out and spend the time of going to each and every event and then taking the time to post that on the internet out there on a website where you would go to find out about festivals and things of that nature. You can't get any better advertising than that.
You're
right there. So.
Well, with the blogs and the online diaries now that are offered, I was looking, I think it was at TripAdvisor today, trying to see what visitors say about our community just like that. And it's amazing the people who go on there and really share good, bad, and ugly. And often, you know, they really praise you. They'll give you some words of encouragement, tell you what needs to be. They may even, you know, get a little jab in there, but then they'll say, but you know, it was a really great trip. So, I mean, nothing's ever perfect in this world, but isn't it really makes you just pat yourself on the back?
You want to know that the attendees
Yes.
of the festival are enjoying the festival that we're producing, and so when you do see someone that takes out of their own time and
Yes.
writes an article and encourages others to enjoy and experience the summer festival, I won't say that it's a pat on the back, but it does make you feel good to know that that the attendees are enjoying the festival.
We may have to do something on the Summer Festival website where you can put memories in there or comments like that. That might be kind of interesting. That's cool. This is funny. The Market House Theater is doing the true story of the tortoise and the hare. Well, of course, as soon as it said the true story, I had to Google, see what the true story was. And it's the parable here, the things I learned today, nothing like sitting back, and it starts, actually they were comparing it to a management style, the tortoise and the hare. And but anyway, it's going to be a good play. The Market House always comes through for us and having activities for children and adults.
They really do, and that's something that the festival as a whole prides itself on, is that we try to put on a festival that is really and truly a family-friendly event, and we want to provide events and entertainment that are family-friendly, focused on children, but at the same time things that kids of all ages can enjoy.
Now, I was surprised when I was reading this. This is a musical interpretation of the Tortoise and the Hare, and it's got lunch, and it's got an activity, a craft, not racing. No, the Hot Wheels racing's later. But so that's going to be a good one. And you know, still for $10 and $12, I mean, you just can't beat an activity. So anyone who has family visiting, this is a really nice activity. And then I see there's a first happening, a sports activity, which I love that. I love pulling in the sports and having an adult soccer tournament. It's are you on? Can you tell about this one?
Well, that was something where they came to us and said, hey, we would love to partner with the Paducah Summer Festival and put on a soccer tournament. We thought it was a great idea. We're constantly, I think this is part of the evolution of the festival, we're constantly looking for off-river events or events in general, or businesses or community leaders to partner with to produce an event. And the soccer tournament is a great idea. It's a classic example of the festival evolving and creating anew. And we're very hopeful that we'll get an exciting and a huge turnout, and that this will be an off-river event that continues from year to year. And
I hope so too.
we came really close to having a skateboard tournament as well this year. And so for those who are watching today and that might kind of catch your attention, keep that in mind for next year.
That is any potential chairs of the skateboard tournament. We're always looking for people who are willing to step up, not just participate,
That's right.
but also to help organize it.
That's right.
Going right into Wednesday, one of my very favorite events for little kids is the Hot Wheels. But you have to bring your own? I
Yeah,
think
well,
so.
we're trying to give them the advantage there.
Well, and you can have your own customized.
That's right,
Instead of them
customize the
all
Hot
being
Wheel.
the same, then in one year they used to all be the same. When Hank Hardware was downtown, they all looked the same. So this one you might have racing stripes, or
You let them deck them out and paint them up. You know, I remember the soapbox derbies, and people would kind of grind out this part or put a weight here or put a weight there, and so we won't be checking too closely for modifications. But if someone comes down with a motorized Hot Wheel, I think we'll have to call them out on that one. So.
And the chalk drawing, that always amazes me that that's not just a children's event as well. There are adults get there and they become almost mural looking.
Really and truly, it's amazing to see and I think we have some pictures across the screen. The kids are true artists. They
great.
turn splat into a real image. And I have to admit, I have a box of chalk crayons myself, and so I don't get to use them much, but they're neat for kids of all ages.
Big kids, big kids. So the Lone Oak Jazz Band, that's going to be great. Caleb Travers, you know, I used to work with his mother, and I know the Anna and Stephen Travers. And you know, I always knew that Caleb was talented, but I'm so glad, and I knew he went to St. Louis, but I'm so glad to see that he'll be here in Paducah performing that night on the riverfront. And you all go on there and start Googling and learning about these performers. You'll be surprised in how much more fun it will be to be on the riverfront and to know something about these folks. But yeah, it's going to be pretty cool.
I agree. Caleb, very talented, someone that we've looked at trying to bring into the entertainment lineup for a while now, and the Lone Oak Jazz Band. They may be students, but they sure sound professional. It's really neat, and that's the type of family, just wholesome, good music that will make anyone kind of want to move a
Well,
little.
I think Travers is, you know, he's been down in Austin. It's a little that indie music, little independent music, and I was reading it's a pedal steel player. What's that? I know.
I'm sorry, I have not a clue.
I know. You know what? We'll be learning.
That's
we've
right.
got a little bit of time here to do our homework, so that will be exciting. On Thursday, of course, you know, you've got those traditional things: the grease pole contest, the Oreo stacking, children's events on the riverfront, while the adults come out and stake their place for the concert that night. Don't you know? Because that's going to be Rolling Stones, and even though that, you know, the adults are the ones who remember it, everybody knows the Rolling Stones.
Everyone, if you don't know them, you've certainly heard a song or know a catchy song lyric. We're very excited to have the Satisfaction group
Yes.
in town. They're essentially coming to Paducah from an extended tour over in Las Vegas, and our thought is that if they could put on a good show and impress and entertain the good folks in Las Vegas, well then surely they can do the same and entertain the folks here in Paducah.
This quote says the best tribute show they've ever had, so that'll be good.
And once again, this also, I think, plays into the tradition and history of the festival. We were lucky enough to have the Beatles tribute band literally just on the cusp of them hitting it big. Since that tribute band's played at the festival, they've made national TV appearances and have become really and truly one of the hottest tribute bands in the country. And then last year carried on with the Pirates of the Caribbean, and then
Was
I think
fun.
we've really hit a home run with Satisfaction. So
good.
we're excited, and I think Thursday night we'll have a little something once again for all.
It'll be good. As we go into Friday, of course, one of my favorite things is I love the summer book sale. I know you're supposed to have read the ones from last year before you buy more, but you just can't stand it when you go there and you have got books for $1, $2, paperbacks 50 cents. I mean, what can you do? You start loading them up and taking them home. So it's the best deal in town.
We are very happy to partner with the McCracken
Yes.
County Library. They have been a valued partner of the Paducah Summer Festival for quite some time now. The book sale is a traditional event that has carried on from year to year to year. I'm sure a lot of parents out there are thankful of that, in the sense that they are hopeful that their kids would pick up the books and read them a little bit more. And certainly that is one great opportunity to go out and see some books and buy them
Sure.
at a very
That's good.
discounted
You
rate.
can't beat that. You just can hardly beat it.
And we did a little something last year to tie in with that, where we brought the History Mobile down, and
forgot
that was so
about
neat.
that.
Anyone could go in and tour that for free, and that's something that we will keep in mind and look toward maybe bringing it back some point in time in the future.
Of course, Saturday is the big day, and I want to get into more activities on Saturday. But first, I do want to say, I think Andrea LaRoche, is that how you would say her name? I'm really excited about her being here. I think that her music says that her influence, the Indigo Girls, Dixie Chicks, Sheryl Crow. I mean, I'm really excited about this. A little bit of Celtic influence. She's a Christian influence. I think this is going to be a really nice concert.
It really will be. Just from my own personal musical taste, I love to hear someone solo with an acoustic guitar. Last year we had Justin Town Earl, who performed solo with his acoustic and performed some bluegrass and a little bit of pop country
That's
swing.
good.
And it was exciting. It was great. It was awesome. We expect that same kind of
That's great.
flair from her.
And then as we go into Cross and Dixon right after that, and Cross and Dixon is, I mean, I'm just hearing such good things about them. They're comparing them to Alabama. They're comparing them to, I heard last week that they jumped Alan Jackson on the chart. So you can't beat that. This is big entertainment. And I just can't wait to see it. We've already gotten the ringtone.
That's true.
So, well, you know, we are coming so close on our time here. I want to spend a little bit of time here with you about Saturday. Can you tell me a little bit? We're so short here on time. We've got the hot air balloon lift out at
Right.
Noble Park in the morning. That's always the best time.
Right. Then there will be activities throughout the day. Of course, there's always activities going on at the riverfront. Then the concerts that night. We're really excited about our hometown group that's going to be in the concert, the Cruisers.
The Cruisers, a
They're
favorite.
They're a
Yes.
local group, and we're very fortunate that we're able to bring them for everybody to enjoy their music. If you haven't ever heard of them, we're hoping you'll come down. This will be an opportunity to see local people and see the talent that we have right here at home.
It'll be great. I think that's good. But you know, it's not just on the riverfront too. You've got out at the model airplane people.
Right.
I've looked at them. Those are big.
They're huge.
Big.
They're huge.
They're
remote
very
control.
serious building. Serious about that business.
Right.
Now, there's another Hot Wheel race that same day down at the riverfront. There'll be other activities. Cross River Swim.
Right, the Cross River Swim, I believe, will start at 3 p.m. and they're boated across to the Illinois side of the river, and then they swim across, and you can be there to cheer your person as they come out of the water and see the people that have able to endure
Yes.
that swim. It's a lot harder than it looks because of the current in the river, and we're real excited when we watch them come out and get their pats on the back and award them their prizes.
Weren't you a little surprised at some of the folks as I was down there cheering, and it's like, oh, I know them. I can't believe they did that.
Exactly.
and they don't have to be who you thought was the biggest athlete in
Right.
town. They're just somebody who is a swimmer, and they've built their endurance and have
Exactly.
someone to watch for them
Right.
as they swim the river. I was really proud of them and inspired.
Right.
And inspired as well. Server race, I love that, involving restaurants.
Restaurant waiters, yeah.
That's good.
That last year, I'm thinking, was the first year we had that event, and we're hoping it'll go over very well again this year for the people to compete against each other.
We have got to get Paducah Hospitality Association involved in that. We'll do that.
Okay.
We'll put the
It's a
challenge
neat
out
little
there.
event. It gives the servers the opportunity to come down and spill the trays at
Oh,
the
no.
riverfront instead
Oh.
of spilling them in the restaurant. And certainly, I think we would want to at least mention Kids Day.
Yeah,
On
Park.
Saturday.
That's
Kids Day is going to be
wonderful. Under the trees.
It will be at the Quilt Museum again this year. Last year, we were fortunate enough for them to give us the hospitality of having our event there. It will be there again this year. It's going to be called the Dragon, D-R-A-G-O-N, Dragon Days. There will be a quilt exhibit from China. There will be an intern from China working there, and so we're real excited to bring the Quilt Museum, everything together for our Kids Day there on their lawn of their facility.
Well, that's wonderful. I think that as we look at this whole thing, from the riverfront, the Quilt Museum, Farmers Market, the Market House Theater, and then stretching out into the community as well, I think that it's something for everyone. Come down, day or night. It's very condensed. Now that we're 4 days, everything's condensed. There's no lull points. There's always activity going on. So I hope that we'll see you on the riverfront. This has been the fastest 30 minutes. We'll see you on the riverfront. If you have questions about being a vendor, go to PaducahSummerFestival.com. You can download the application. If that's correct, is it too late? Is it too late to do that?
Deadline?
We've probably passed the deadline for this
Okay,
year, but
but
it's never too late for next
For next
year.
year, and yes, because if you don't have it together for this year, you need to be looking ahead. So, but Tiffany will be glad to answer your questions as you come down and check it out this year for next year. But hope you'll come down, see us on the riverfront, stop in the Visitors Bureau, 128 Broadway, come down to the riverfront, say hello to all our friends here. They'll be working. Come by, pat them on the back. This one you do deserve. Thanks for joining us. Don't forget, PaducahSummerFestival.com, July 23rd through 26th. Got it right. I think they're the same dates as Quilt Show, different month. All right. We'll see you on the riverfront. Thanks for joining us.